Okay, welcome everybody to Sunday night or lunchtime Zoom call with myself, Zoe Allen, Regional Vice President in Qualification, and Area Manager, Daniela Wells. I don't know, we just practiced this a minute ago and I can't remember what we were going to say now. It's all gone. It's gone completely.
Too much sun.
Yeah. So we're going to share with you some kind of nuggets and bits and pieces from this weekend, including how we got here, just as well. So I'll just let you say hello.
Yeah, hi everybody. So this is absolutely amazing. This has been an incredible experience. So those of you that know me, just your average person walking down Melton Mowbray, nothing special. And here I am on an incentive trip that I've won to Arizona. This is crazy. And we've met some of the most remarkable people that have been doing this industry for so many years. And not only that, we've met people around the pool that are all over the country. We've been listening to people's wives, people's stories, people's journeys. It's quite emotional as well, listening to how diverse this company is, and it's been incredible. There's been many moments where I've had to leave and wipe a few tears. It's been very emotional, great, fantastic experience.
So I'm going to kick off with we were visited by Stian Mork. For those that don't know, Stian is our managing director, Petter Mork, our founder's son. So it's not normal for him to be here, but there was a new national vice president who newly promoted, so she had her party here this weekend. And when you become a national vice president, somebody from corporate head office will come to your party. So Stian came to her party. So Donna dragged him in to do a bit of a talk for us before he flew home. So he just got up on stage and spoke from the heart, which was amazing. And it was just incredible, some of the things he shared. So he was talking to us about when Petter, his dad, started Arbon. He said it was like pulling something out of the mud, out of the ground. It was really tough to get going. And he had a huge belief and vision in what he was creating in these products. And he was looking for people to buy into that belief and vision with him. So they had different ideas about how they would bring these products to market and how they would sell them. So then network marketing was born. From that is the method that they chose. Then Donna Johnson joined the company in 1987, as did Rita Davenport. So they had two really key team members which lifted it off the ground. Then Stian Mork actually joined the company in 1989. He said, now today in 2015, we have an awesome team in the field. So us as consultants out there globally, all working together as a big community. And in home office, we also have an incredible team which has been built by Kay Napier. So he had explained that Kay was looking for the best of the best, and she would wait until she had the best person for that position. She wouldn't just hire anybody. So we have the best home office team. And then in his words, he said, we're ready to go. Today is the beginning of everything. There's never been a better time to be a part of Arbon, and our new system is monumental as an important milestone in our business. I know we're having a few teething problems. He said they were crying at home office when the new system launched, and it's that new system is going to take this business forward. It's just going to transform our businesses over the next 10, 20 years.
Once they've ironed out the creases.
So he said, this is the beginning. There are powerful things happening here. And this is Stian's words. And he said, where the future lies is what we all do together as a community and what Arbon will do in the world. They have the global vision with this company. And Petter Mork believed if everyone in the world knew each other, there would be world peace. And how nice is that? It's just such a nice vision. And that's what Arbon are about. It's all about the people and incredible products and using those products to bring people together and create communities. And they were very much about the community. That's all we kept hearing. The theme from the MVPs was about the community that we're building and how to build a better community in your team. I feel like we have a really great community in our team already, and they were giving us ideas on how we can improve that further. Lots more hugging. that was a recommendation. Let's just hug everybody. Yeah, so over to you.
Okay, so where did we come from? So we've been asking question after question after question after question after question. Nikki, I'd have done you proud. So we discovered where our network has come from. Okay, so there was Donna Johnson. So Donna Johnson is the one that talks on all the go for gold calls. Absolutely remarkable woman, just incredible, phenomenal woman. So there's Donna Johnson.
She's number 3. Is she number 3 in Kimona? Number 3 after youth cuisine, so number 3 in the top income earners.
Yeah, number three in the top income earners. So Donna sponsored Rita Davenport. They joined at a similar time. Rita Davenport was actually brought in as a motivational speaker, but she was so in awe of the culture and what goes on with Arbon that she wanted to join herself. So she joined, sponsored by Donna Johnson. And then a little while later, Rita got her friend Julie Newcomb to come to her house and listen to this business opportunity. Now, those of you that listen to the Soul Journey CD, you'll hear that Julie Newcomb says that, you know, she suffered from chronic fatigue, she was depressed, she was miserable. The last thing she wanted to do was start up a new business or be involved in something like this. But what she said was, when Rita invited her to her house, she just needed to be with some positive, happy people. That was all she needed. She needed to get out of bed, stop feeling sorry for herself, and go and be with some happy, positive people. So she went to Rita's house, surrounded herself with positive, happy people, and decided, you know, why not? Why not try this? What have I got to lose? Why not? So Rita sponsored Julie into the business, and she flew with this. But then she got to regional vice president, and she was stuck at regional vice president for 12 years. So 12 years.
She was in area for 6 years.
Well, oh, yes, she was, wasn't she?
Yeah, she had a steady journey.
Yeah. So 12 years, she was still a regional vice president. And then she kept asking her best friend Susan to join this business. Every now and again, she'd say to Susan, come on, join this business. Susan said, no. For 12 years, her best friend said no to this business. Why would I want to do that? I do real estate. I earn 6 figures a year anyway. Why on earth would I want to do this business? 12 years down the line, Susan finally said yes to Julie. And when Susan joined the business, it took 20 months and they flew to Nation. So Susan McCannon flew to Nation, pushed Julie into Nation, and now Susan McCannon is the 4th top income earner in this entire industry. So that's a little bit about where our background came from.
Yeah, so Fiona McCarthy, who's on the call, our regional vice president, is direct to Susan McCannon.
Yeah.
So we're so close to the top.
Yeah, it's really close.
So it's incredible to get to know them and understand their story. And then Julie we were sat with them for 2 hours. And I was scribbling notes, just talking to them. And she said to me, Susan is a workhorse. And Julie and Susan say, we sponsor people into this business that are like us. We work hard and we want hard workers. So she said Susan trained and presented and trained and presented. She worked it hard. And in Susan's words, she says, I worked like a maniac. Said that a few times. But she got to Nation in 20 months.
Yeah,
so
20
it paid
months.
her.
Wow.
And what made the difference from Julie being stagnant and stuck at RVP for so long and sponsoring Susan, she said, Julie said, I was stuck at an RVP and I had a team that weren't moving forward. So my team were absolutely stagnant. We were just stuck. They weren't moving. I wasn't moving. And then she said, I had a thought. What if tomorrow I woke up and my team were gone? So my team had left my business and it was just me. And so then it was a weight off of her shoulders. She let go of those teams that were holding her back and just released it and made space to invite new people into her business. And that's when she made the space then for Susan to actually join and move her business forward. So it's all about mindset.
Yeah.
When we say we're stuck and it's our team, it's down to our mindset and our attitude. Our team might be happy at where they're at and we have to be appreciate where they're at.
Yeah.
If we want to move forward, it's down to us
Yeah.
and our attitude in the business. So that was incredible.
And they say, don't they, to get to each level of promotion, it takes different people to push you to each level of promotion. So those that get you to district will not be the same people that get you to area, and so on.
So we were really lucky. So Donna invited Chris Widener, who's an international speaker, to speak for us, and they're really good friends. Chris actually married Donna and her husband Thomas.
We got given his book, his new book.
So we gifted his book, which is really sweet. And they're really good friends. Chris was staying at Donna's house, and so he came in to do an hour's talk. And I have recorded it on audio. And when I get home, I've instructed John. He's going to extract it from my phone, and we'll send it out to everybody.
Does John know this yet?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay. I thought he does now.
Yeah. And he was so funny. So I'm going to kind of relay some of his information. Not quite as funny as he did it. He was hilarious. He was really good. So he started his talk with talking about The Pursuit of Happiness, the film by Will Smith. It was a film based on a true story. So in that film, the Will Smith character saw a man driving a Ferrari. And rather than just looking at a Ferrari and saying, oh, that's a nice Ferrari, oh, he's so lucky, he looked at that Ferrari and went over to the driver and said, how did you get that Ferrari? What did you do to get that Ferrari? And in that case, he was a stockbroker. So then he went on to become a stockbroker and get his own Ferrari. So Chris has this saying, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new. It's everything we need is out here. It's here already. So life works when you do it right. Why do some people succeed and others don't? So that's a question that fascinates Chris. And how many of you accidentally live in the house that you live in, or accidentally drive the car that you drive? It's not an accident, it's a choice. We choose to live in the house that we live in. We choose to drive the car that we chose. That's our choices. So me and Danny have chosen to be here today. And he asked Donna Johnson how many people have passed through areas in Paradise in her 27 years of doing this, or how many years she said in the years that she's been running this incentive trip, 10,000 people have done it. So then he asked how many people have earned the Mercedes after doing this trip. So out of those 10,000, how many of those have earned the Mercedes? So she a rough ballpark figure, she thinks 1,000. So 10%. Anybody can. We all have the same business, the same products. The question is, will you be the one that has the Mercedes or doesn't? It is a choice. So we all come into this business from different circumstances, and you'll find an MVP from whatever circumstance you're from, or worse than from what you're from. You see, it's not rocket science. There's no rocket scientist or brain surgeon MVPs in Arbon, and that was clarified by Donna Johnson. So, so we're okay. So we don't have to be a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon. So we're good to go. But if there is any rocket scientists or brain surgeons on the call, then please put it in the chat, because then we'll prove us wrong. So we are some of the choices so where we are today, where you are right now, financially, relationship, anywhere area of your life, where you are today is some of the choices you've made until now. Success is not the absence of obstacles, it is the presence of perseverance. So he talks about success as going through the hardships, persevering and dedicating. Most people don't want to accept the responsibility. So we touched on kind of what Danny spoke about at Region Training, chapter 1 from the Success Principles, taking responsibility for your life. So once you accept that where you are is the result of the choices that you've made, when you accept that, it's a pivotal moment of power. So where you want to go is the sum of the choices you make from here on out. So we get to choose to change the circumstance we're in. So own it. So I've chosen to be here, and I can choose to be somewhere else if I want to. I really don't want to be anywhere else. we
have got to go today.
I'll just fly the family over. The family can come and join me out here. It's fine. And you need to look in a mirror and have self-awareness to really know who you are. And Chris Widener thinks he's predicted where the next top income earner is in Arbon. I don't know why he doesn't join if he knows where they are.
Yeah, I know.
So he said,
we were like, tell us, no bad.
So our next top income earner
in the next 30 years.
In the next 30 years is in their 7th grade at school in Asia, and they could be in your network. Like, you might not know anybody in Asia, but somebody who knows somebody might know that person. Yeah. And they're still at school. So yeah. But if you're not here, like in the next, when will they graduate? When they're 18, if you like 10 years from now, then they're not going to be able to join your team.
Did Susan know Fiona? No, she didn't. Susan lives in Atlanta. Fiona lives in the UK. They didn't know each other, but now they're direct to each other. Yeah. Just goes to show. So ask yourself, what are my negative attributes that hold me back from being successful? So in order to succeed, you've got to grow. You have to. In this business, there's nothing else like it. You cannot move from one level to the other without growing as a person. You can't just kind of follow the black and white system and go out and do it and without growing and changing it inside. And it's hard. I still wish somebody would write the book that explains the growth that we have in network marketing. I will do that when I'm Donna Johnson. I've been in 27 years. When you've completed Region.
Okay. And so people need to be reminded more than they need to be instructed. You have to constantly be reminding people. So he then gave us 3 keys to success, which Danny's going to share with us.
Yeah, so I think that's a really great point as well, what Zoe says, that people need to be reminded. So if you've got like a teenager and they are constantly trashing the house, leaving it a mess, leaving their dressing gown, towels everywhere, you don't need to give them new instructions on how to tidy up. They know how to tidy up. You need to remind them. So you need to remind them of where to put that wet towel, not to tell them what to do. They know what to do. They need reminding. And that was what he said about being successful. There are 3 key elements to being successful, and everybody knows those elements. We just need to constantly be reminded of them. So the first one is a positive attitude. So people are either a pessimist, a realist, or an optimist. And an optimist is being somebody that is future-based. So we choose to be optimistic. So life is a choice, and you will have trouble everybody has trouble. So if you ask your upline, ask them, have you ever had hardship in your marriage, in your financial areas? Have you ever had trouble in your parenting area, in your business area? They will say yes. They will tell you. If you ask them, where did you have trouble? They will tell you. People don't just get successful after one day. They have to work harder. And like Zoe said, we have to grow to be successful. And we have to have this positive attitude to see that these hardships that we have, it's just another obstacle towards becoming successful. So as Zoe said a few minutes ago, success is not absent of obstacles. We just have to choose the attitude to be positive. So we need to choose to see the world in a positive way. And there was a really funny story that Chris Widener told, and he said that there was a little girl gone to the park with her mum and dad. I think she was 3 years old, and the mum and dad saw some horse poo on the floor, and they were like, "Oh, horse poo, might out the way, it's disgusting." And they watched their little girl dancing around this horse poo, singing like la 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 la, wow wow wow, and they were like, "What's she doing?" And they asked them, said, "Why are you so happy? Like, that's disgusting." And she said, "If there's horse poo here, that must mean there's a pony nearby. Wow!" So that's the same thing that happened, but two completely different perceptions. One chose to be positive about it, one chose to be negative about it. So we need to listen.
And I said I did the same thing on Friday. I saw some horse poo and was dancing around.
Yeah, it's
like, yeah, the horses are here. We found them.
So we need to listen to how we talk. So when somebody says to you, "Oh, how are you today?" Instead of being like, "Well, I'm pretty good, considering the circumstances." No, scrap that. Say, "Do you know what? Yeah, I'm great. Do you know, if I wasn't me, I would actually be jealous of me. If I was somebody else seeing me, I'd be jealous of me. I'm great." So it's just choosing to have that positive mindset.
Was it? You said that nobody wants to be under the circumstances. You said, "Yeah, I'm all right under the circumstances." Like, nobody wants to be under your circumstances. That's not a nice place to be.
No,
it's not attractive.
So we need to express ourselves, but think about what we're saying. So another thing he said as well is you can either brighten a room when you walk in, or you can brighten a room when you walk out. Which one would you rather be? Okay, and another really great thing he said is the words that you use. So when you're talking to somebody, you can release endorphins in their brain without their permission. So as you talk to somebody, they're releasing endorphins in their brain, whether they've given you permission or not. So be careful about what you're saying to these people. So I feel that was a really great point. And we need to build people up. So what we hear is it becomes what we are. So, praise people, tell people what you think about them, say you're amazing because, tell people why they're amazing. So it's just having that attitude. So choosing how you are. And he said the tongue has the power of life or death. So it's just making that choice, as Zoe said a few minutes ago. So number 2, the second thing we need to do is service. And he was really big on this. And it's quite funny, actually, because when we got to the conference yesterday, we did see a man. So we've never met Chris Widener before. And we did see a man that we thought was the staff, didn't we? He was like putting all the stools up and tidying up. Didn't really think anything about it. And then
somebody's husband or something.
Yeah, then he got on stage and he introduced us as Chris Widener. We were like, what? What? You're like a multi-millionaire. But he was actually getting stuck in helping, and this is a really big key element, he said, to being successful is serving other people. So putting your so he said helping other people, and he said you'll know who the national vice presidents are in your team because they are the people that stay behind and help you tidy up. So help put the chairs away at region training, the people that help picking up the mess, they are your national vice presidents in your team, the people that are serving when they don't expect anything back in return. So he also said that everybody that's done their dream board, he said that's fantastic. Do your dream board. If you haven't, get your dream board done. That's great. He said, but make a second dream board that is compiled of your team's dreams. So get your directs, or now I'm asking if everybody could send their sponsor your vision board. If you haven't done one, get that done. He said, get your directs and your team's dream boards and put that as your second one. And that is your goal. Your goal is to help your team live their vision. So you know what Mercedes they want, know what vacations they want, know what they want in life, what charities do they want to help, know what they want, because when you help your team live out their vision board, yours will take care of itself. So it's not necessarily working towards your vision, it's helping your team work towards their vision, and yours will just naturally come within that. So he said network marketing is helping others succeed. Being successful and building a big team is not about sales, it's about becoming the greatest leader and building other leaders. He said consider other people's interests as important, which I think everybody does anyway. And he asked Donna to tell him how many people roughly in her success line had a white Mercedes, and she said it was around 3,000 just, and she continues to help people, doesn't she?
Yeah, he asked us to help 10 people get their car, but yeah, she's helped 3,000. So 10's a start.
Yeah. And he said, so he asked the audience, so how much time in the past week have you thought, how can I help other people become more successful? And if you're not thinking that enough, that needs to be a big goal. So how can I help other people become more successful? Even if it doesn't mean you get anything in return from it, that's okay. So if somebody in your sideline says to you, can you help me? If you can, help them, because that's the whole point of this. It doesn't matter if you gain anything from it or not. We give and we help other people. So so people think, so he's also said to serve somebody. So people think you want something from them instead of giving to them. So listen to them, ask them about them, ask them questions about them. And you'll probably find that if you're asking enough questions, there probably is something that you can do to help them. So ask questions and find out what you can do to help them. So that was the second thing. So the last thing, number 3, is excellence. So have a standard of excellence. So you need to become more excellent, and people are attracted to excellence. So take a look in the mirror at every area of your life. So have a look at your relationships, your financial area, your family area, your business area, and say, where am I? Would people call this excellent? If my life in all these areas was on paper, would somebody pick this up and say, wow, these areas are of excellence? So there will be areas in your life that you will need to work on, and this will be a constant throughout our life. Like Zoe was saying, we do need to grow in these areas. So have a look at the areas that you want to grow in, and work out how you can get from where you are to a level of excellence, and how to keep growing in these areas. Okay, yes. And what are you doing to make yourself attractive for other people? And I don't mean that in a looks way. I just mean, who are you? Are you attracted to other people? Now, for us, we're obviously from the UK, like everybody else here. Our accent has attracted everybody to us, isn't it? Everybody's like, wow, you've flown over from the UK. And we're like, yeah. And they're like, just to meet Donna Johnson. And we're like, well, yeah, obviously. But they obviously get to see Donna all the time, and we don't. So we've kind of attracted people to us because we've flown 10 hours to come and meet these incredible people. So that is, again, is that level of excellence. So take a look at your life and say, what can I do to upgrade my life? How can I work on this? And how would your business grow if other people looked in and said, I want what she has, and will she help me? So that's the 3 areas. Yeah, really great advice.
Cool. Where we're going next, we're going to talk a bit about how we won it.
Yeah, do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys that are all on the call, I sincerely hope you're all going to be here next year with us, and to win this year, what we had to do, and it will probably be similar next year, was we had to do our bonus 3 months out of 4. So I think they announced this trip in the September-October time, and we had from October to January. That's 4, isn't it?
No. Oh,
is it not?
Yeah, October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So we had
to the end of that. We had to the end of Feb.
Okay, maybe it was November.
Really won
to
it right
Feb
at the end of Feb. Yeah.
So we had 4 months. So 3 of those months we had to hit our bonus. So what that means is, if you're a district manager, your district bonus is to do 5,000 QVs in your central district, and have 5 new independent consultants or preferred clients join your central area doing their minimum of 150. So that's how to get your DM bonus. Your area manager bonus is 20,000 QVs in your central area, and have 10 new PCs or independent consultants joining in your central area doing their 150 or above. And to gain this, if you're a regional vice president at that point, which I'm pretty sure everybody on this call will be anyway, or above, you need 80,000 QVs in your central region, and 30 new consultants joining in your central region, or preferred clients doing their 150. So you need to do that 3 months out before. So if everybody gets into the habit of doing that now, whatever area you're in, so if you're a district now, get into the habit of constantly hitting your DM bonus. You want to be hitting that every single month without fail. Get that into habit, and you'll soon find that you'll be winning these incentive trips like me and Zoe have.
Yeah, so talk a bit about how I did my district bonus, because the first 2 months I did my area bonus, and then my central district was quite weak, and then in the 3rd month when they said, oh, you've nearly won this trip if you do your district bonus, I'm like, okay, I've got to make this happen, I'm going to do this. So your central districts, as Danny said, it's 5,000 QV. Now I have 3 directs in my central district, and they've got a team that's growing, but I couldn't sit back and wait for that team to grow and everyone do their 150s and then a few more join. So I had to take a bit of action myself. So I did 4 product events, which is totally out of my comfort zone, in 4 days, 4 days straight, to push the extra QV, and we smashed it. We absolutely I went over my and some of I did 630 QV on one night, and that didn't even go in that month. So we did it. I think I did about 6,000 or something. We went way over. So sometimes if you need to take control and do a few extra QV, then you can. And in the product events, it is out of my comfort zone. So what I did was learn from the best. So I got Donna Johnson's video of how she does a product event, and I watched it and watched it and watched it and watched it. I had it in my car playing constantly. And then I got her script and I wrote it and rewrote it. And so I have sent it out to a lot of the central area, and I just read it and I just did it. And then everybody ordered. It was amazing. I just read the script and I did what she said and I followed it and I did and everybody ordered. And I did those events with people in my team in my central district where the businesses weren't moving forward, and I hadn't been in front of their network, so I hadn't had a chance to meet their prospects, and they knew the napkins and their businesses weren't moving forward. So it was a good opportunity for me to help them move forward and gain some QV and gain some exposure on the product, and a good way for me to kind of win the incentive as well. And we are reviewing that script on the way home as well, and we're going to look at what Donna does and look at what we do and see whether we could bring a bit of the business side into that, so we can start doing a few more launches, because we've just been doing our poolside chat and we're talking to Danni and saying how, you know, our biggest problem where we help you as leaders is when we're in front of your prospects. If we can't get in front of your prospects, we're not doing our job. That's where we can fly and help you build your team. If you don't put people in front of us, then that doesn't work. And what we used to do is do some launches. So when somebody joined, then we would encourage them to invite some friends over and do a couple of launches in the first week. So we get in front of some new people very quickly to help build your business. And so you can hear us in action and you can pick it up as you're moving, rather than thinking, okay, I've got to learn all this stuff there. So we're looking at starting some of those again for people that do want it, and just as a way to get in front of networks where we're not doing, which is our job. When Julie Newcomb said to us, her goal was to get in front of somebody's network as soon as she could before they quit. So, okay, that's an interesting goal.
I just say something as well. Julie Newcomb is stunning. I was staring at her like some sort of psychopath. I was like, your skin is amazing. She was like, yeah, I use Arbon. I was like, I know, but wow. She has the best skin. But she joined the business 27 years ago, so I am not surprised. If she's been using Arbon for 27 years, it doesn't surprise me. Her skin was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I don't know how old she is. We were Susan, I think, is about 69. We think, working out. We were like, what age were you when you started? I think she was about 54, 55, and she's been in 15 years. That's Susan McCannon, so you can do the maths on that. Julie Newcomb's been in 27 years, but she started long. So I think they're about 69.
And she said it was a great age to join as well. She said, I don't know how you lot do it with children. And we were like, we just, take them to the soft play. And she goes, what did she try to do? A launch?
She tried to do a product event at her daughter's house. And her daughter's got 4 children.
And she said it was a nightmare. She's like, wow. She was like, I just don't know how you do it. It'd be so much easier if you're older. We were like, really? Because we think it's easier like this. But I suppose it doesn't matter what area you are. You're going to get a pro and a con out of whatever. So that's why she did the video for Suzanne. She was like, it's a great age to join. Baby boomers. Yay.
And we heard a really interesting story, and we were kind of hearing rumours, and then Susan actually shared it. So we met Susan's daughter and her daughter's husband, and they're a partnership in this business, and they're lovely. Yeah. And her daughter joined in the beginning with Susan 15 years ago, and they both went to MVP really quickly. She had 2 daughters.
Shanna Johnson. Shannon,
yes. So they both her daughters and Susan went to MVP really quickly. Then her daughter's husband got into another company, and then Shannon started doing that with him.
Another network marketing.
Yeah, so they went into another network marketing company, and Arbon said, no, you can't do that. So they took their ID number off them. So they lost their business in Arbon, and we moved it. So they stuck with that other company. 15 years later, they've come back to Arbon. So that says something about Arbon. And they sort of started from scratch. Yeah. So they've said they're going to be the first MVP to have gone MVP, dropped, and go back to MVP again. And they've been back in 2 months, and they're already in area. They've gone back.
And they're so lovely.
They know what they're doing.
Lovely. Yeah, we were in the car. We went bull riding, and we had this 7-seater car. And it's Dave, is his name? Is it Dave?
Yeah,
my husband. Yeah. So Dave's driving, Shannon's in the front, you've got Susan in the middle bit, and then me and Zoe in the back. And it was like a family. They were just, and they were bickering, weren't they? They were like, do you remember when we used to live here? And do you remember that pub? There wasn't a pub there. There was a pub there, Mum. No, I don't know. They were bickering. And So he was like, I feel like one of the family. I was like, me too.
I was like pinching Danny. It was really nice because we got to see the human side of our upline, and she plays golf, and she showed us pictures of her amazing house, which is incredible, and she lives on like some kind of golf resort, and she gets into a golf buggy and drives to the golf course, and she's got, I don't know how many grandchildren, a lot, and she's going off to California to see some of her grandchildren now.
She's got 6. I think Julie had 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Susan said she's going off to to California to go and see her grandchildren now after this, and she'll go on a yacht and
her charity. So about the charity.
Yeah, and she does charity work now. So with all that, she talks to us because she was on 6 figures before Arbon, a 6-figure income, and she said there's a 6-figure income and there's a 6-figure income. There's 100 grand a year and there's 900 grand a year. There's quite a difference between that. So with her money, she has a few charities, and Arbon have just supported one of them, and I can't remember what it was called. We'll have to find it. But she supports. Apparently, there's quite. She lives in Atlanta, and there's quite a bad sex trafficking problem in Atlanta, and they help the girls, and they get them into a safe place, and they give them a home, and they give them counselling, and they get them back on their feet, and that's her charity. So it just opens your eyes to see what is possible. And also, Susan became a widow a few years ago, and
her husband was an area manager, wasn't he?
Yeah, so her first husband, but he was with her through the build-up of her business. So she built the business, and he watched her. So he knew it, he saw it build. And so then he passed away, and she was so grateful to the business because she could be there. Yeah. And then she's remarried, but her new husband doesn't appreciate the lifestyle that Arbon entails. And even on the money she's earning, he gets annoyed with her going to work. He doesn't support it. So even when you're earning like 100 grand a month, you can still have an unsupported husband, which is crazy. Crazy. So you have to go to work.
She's not bringing him to Vegas this year, is she?
No, he's not going to Vegas. He wasn't here. He does do the incentive trip, surprisingly. But she's like, yeah, I have a real problem with my husband. He's really unsupportive. And we're like, really?
She's normal.
Seriously, 900 grand a year, you have an unsupportive husband. So it's crazy. Okay, so I've just put, I've scribbled a few bits. Okay, what have I gained from Areas in Paradise? So I gained that they do all work hard. And I mean, when she said that she worked like a maniac, I was like, thank goodness, because we do. And then Donna Johnson still has no TV. She doesn't watch TV and waste time on that. And she still works her business 15 to 25 hours a week. So the requirement in this business, we say 10 to 15 hours. Donna Johnson's working 15 to 25 hours a week, and she's always has done. So, always think about how many hours you are working in your business. Maybe clock it. How many productive hours are you working in your Arbon business?
I've been told off on this trip for not working productively.
No, she's been told off for not helping people do it on their own.
Apparently, too much time on Facebook is not productive.
No, working 70 hours a week is working. It's not duplicable. So I think Arbon is a way of life. It's a culture. It's a community. You are. I mean, instantly, because we're Arbon, we fit in and we just belong, and we became part of the American family and our American team, which was lovely.
Yeah.
And it is just a way of life. I spoke to Donna's husband. I was like, "What do you do for a living?" And he said, "Oh, I have a network marketing company in Sweden." And he said, "I met her because we were talking around the world at a network marketing kind of conference, and because we're both like really leaders in our field, so that's where I met her." And I was like, that makes sense. You kind of have, it's like it's anyway at work, because we kind of have this lifestyle where we can travel and we can just do this. So they live in Arizona in the winter, and then they go to Wisconsin in the summer, or Sweden, have a great life. What have I put? I put our upline are lovely, and they're 2 great friends.
Oh, they were so funny, right? Julie and Susan are the best of friends, and they're quite short, so that's quite sweet to see. And they literally just bicker with one another, but in a really funny way. And they both had like their mobile phones like this. And Susan was like, "Julie, I've got this like friend request thing. What is it?" Julie was like, "Well, I don't know. I've only just got that on my phone. I don't know how to do that." And they've both got daughters, and they asked their daughters to set them up on Zoom calls and stuff. And they can't do a Zoom call unless their daughters are there to set it up for them. So funny. And we were at the bull riding, and Susan wanted to take a video of the bull riding, and she had it on all back. She had it on photo. Then it was pointing at her, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with this bloody thing." It was so funny. And they're so normal and sweet. It's just lovely.
They are really sweet. So Susan's a 6-wide national vice president. So she has been 9-wide. She's now 6-wide. And as a 6-wide national vice president, she said she doesn't sponsor anymore. She's so busy helping her downline. So her downline keep her really, really busy. And once you're 6-wide, you get to go on all the incentive trips anyway. So Arbon do incentive trips even at national vice president level, and it's still dependent on their central district And so she just gets to go on them. So 6 is the key. So we're like, oh no, we're gonna have to do our maths again and learn what is 6 times 6. Anyone know?
Like, sorry, you told me to sponsor 5 people.
So yeah, so there is a call if you haven't seen it. They did a call for us to help push for region. They're really excited, and so is Stian.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, we're breaking out of the success line of the other.
Stian was so excited, wasn't he?
Of Caroline McFarlane in the UK. So we're a different success line. You know, with Fiona McCarthy as region. So we're going to push up now to have a new nation in the UK outside of that. So Stian's behind us. Our sponsors are behind us. Susan's like, you're making my dreams come true, because she wants to have a nation in every country. So we will be their first nation here. So yeah, I mean, so the stats so far on the web stats, we've got a slow start to the month. That's probably because most people are struggling to get orders onto the system, or it's doubling, or we've got 47,000 left to do this month. So we've told DMs to focus on, we've done a DM incentive, DMs to focus on your DM bonus, and we've got an incentive to win a spa day. Make sure that you've broken down what everybody in your team needs to do, and they have a plan to do it to achieve that bonus. We've asked Susan and Julie to come over for the car presentation. So we're looking at June the 6th, which is a Saturday. It's my birthday. So
they said if we can complete region this month as a team effort, if we can complete region this month and get us to that car presentation, they're going to fly over, Julie and Susan, and be at the car presentation.
Yeah. So I think we're going to need a bigger venue. So it's going to be incredible. So we all need to push forward.
Yeah.
So we're looking at doing a few events between now and the end of the month. Like we're going to rewrite this script and see if we can build in a bit of business into that. And so where we haven't got in front of your networks to help do that as well. And just push forward now. We need to boost these QBs.
This is it now, team. This is it now. We're doing it.
Stuff.
We are doing this.
No more lying by the pool. Come on.
I need to spend less time on Facebook.
Yeah.
No.
Do the day, meet some new people.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where you are. The opportunity is still the same for everybody, and you can tell your story on stage. So I've got written down here as well, don't give up, don't sit back and say, oh, my team will do it this month. You need to create the momentum. You need to be the most inspiring person on your team. So we are hanging on to a rocket ship here, and our global expansion is insane. So Asia and Europe, they love our concept of health and well-being. So take full advantage of this, because we are creating history. The whole of the UK at the minute, we've only been in this 7 years. Everybody now that's in the UK now and on this Zoom call, we are going to be what people are going to talk about us, how we're talking about Julie and Susan and Donna. They started 20 years ago. Where we are now in 20, 30 years time, people are going to be talking about us like that. And hopefully someone will say, I've got good skin. I started early, yeah. Although they should too many fistics.
Yeah. And it is. I mean, we've had a glimpse. We saw Donna's dream home, which she built herself.
Oh my God!
She does. Susan says
she took loads of photos.
Yeah. We're even in the bedroom and the bathroom and everything in the closet. They were like, that was Susan. She's right. She was like, come into the bedroom with us. We're like, really? Yeah, literally. She was like, come on, take photos. She's great. She's just so funny, isn't she? She's so funny. And she was so like, you'll love her when they come over to the UK. You'll see what we've seen, and they're just hilarious, especially together as a little duo. They're so funny. They're crazy. Yeah. So we saw what Donna had been able to create with this business, and she was a swimming coach, a single mum with 3 young children when she started this business all those years ago, and she just stuck with it. We met Pat, who's on the audio. She was like, oh my God, Danni, it's Pat. And I was like, do you want a picture with her? She was like, oh my God. Donna's assistant has been with her forever, who does everything. I want a Pat. Yeah. So we got to see what is possible, and so she earns about $300,000 a month, $300,000, which is incredible. So she's got her dream home that she's built. It does look a bit like the Flintstones home, but it's the architecture around here. It's quite normal. Yeah. It's incredible. And Susan was saying when there was Susan and her 2 daughters at national vice president level, between them as a family, so her and her 2 daughters, close family, they were taking from Arbon as a unit 300,000 together. Imagine having your family in your business and you bringing that kind of money in and changing yours and your family's lives, and it's just incredible what is possible. And it's just, we've seen what is possible. Yeah. I think we were talking about doing our areas in Bognor Regis. I told you, Melton's got a Premier Inn. Yeah, areas in Premier Inn. We'll be doing it. We will be running incentives like this There's national vice presidents, and it might be the south of Spain or somewhere like that. We won't let you go to Bognor, it's fine.
I think we should do it here. I think we should get the whole team here next year.
Oh yeah, we'll be part of this.
Yeah.
So Susan,
because if you're Nation, you'll be paying for that, right?
Oh, yeah. We were like trying to work out how much Susan's paid for us. And yes, I mean, it's incredible. So Susan and Julie said they've got to get together and put their heads together and decide whether they're going to be part of this incentive or another. There's different nations run this all over America, areas in Paradise for their own teams. So it was Donna Johnson and a few of her directs did this. And so then they're going to decide on the criteria. And then, but yeah, it's definitely, Vegas is incredible. But there are 14,000 people and it's so overwhelming. And they're just Donna and Susan and they're just tugged from pillar to post. You can have a photo here. We've got hours to talk to them and sit with them. Come and sit with us at our table.
Yeah, we sat on a different table to them last night. We went to this line dancing outdoor restaurant and we sat on a different table because, you know, they're quite busy. You don't want to take up much of their time. And Susan came over and she was like, oh, what are you doing there? Come and sit with us. And then we went to go and sit down, like respectfully on the other side of the table. And she went, no, you two sit with me. I don't get to see you enough. Come and sit next to me. We're like, okay. Yeah, we got so much time.
It was absolutely worth it. So get yourselves to districts, get used to doing your bonusing.
And you'll be here.
When people promote out of your central district, refill your central district with new people so you can keep bonusing.
Yeah.
And then you'll just breeze it. When it comes round, you'll know what you're doing.
And you get to meet the most amazing people from other teams, don't you? Like Carolyn. Yeah. Oh, we've heard some of the most incredible stories from people that, you know, started this. Some people that started 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year. We've sat by the poolside with what I would now consider some of the most remarkable people on this entire planet. They're just amazing, absolutely amazing.
And there's so much more history to the Americans because they've been in this country. It's been in the country 35 years. So, you know, they were sharing their product stories. They're like, what is your best product story? I'm like, oh, mine's not quite as good as theirs. I haven't cured cancer yet, like you have. But, and you know, I spoke to a lady that was like me. When I came into this business, and Fiona will vouch for this, I said to Fiona McCarthy, I will not drink those protein shakes. I am a vegan and I do not believe in taking protein. I'm not promoting it. And then like a year later, I'm like totally addicted. And I spoke to a lady that was similar. She says, I was self-educated on nutrition. I thought I knew everything. I brought from a different brand and I absolutely believed in that brand. And so I didn't use Arbon nutrition. And then 5 months in, I went and saw Dr. Matravis. Oh, hold on.
This is our team from the UK. There's 84 people on there.
No, is everybody going to Christy Dryling's?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They know about it.
Yeah. I'm Jody Barba, Regional Vice President from Oregon in the U.S. And I have a few people going to Christy's thing.
Oh, can I?
Oh, yeah, because you have a team in the UK.
Yeah, so they'll be there on the 17th.
Yeah, so we're having a road trip to Manchester. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
We love Arbon.
See you guys.
Bye. So yeah, where was I? So the consultant we're speaking to went to a seminar with Dr. Matravis, who was explaining the nutrition range. And she was blown away. Yeah. And then she realized, she said, oh my goodness, like my MVP told me that Arbon starts the curve. So Arbon set the trend and then everybody else follows. And she's like, I was reading my magazine again. And I was like, oh, there's that ingredient that Peter Matravis told me they already put in their immunity boosters and now somebody else is using it. So Arbon's really said, we have the best products in the world. And I think that's what's reinforced it for me. I'm like, my goodness, when I was a podiatrist, I was absolutely rubbish at promoting. I should have been absolutely using these products so much more. That we do have the best. We have the best nutritional range. If you're not taking the Arbon nutrition, I mean, we were talking to people that said, "Oh, I've been on the protein shakes for a year. I now have to change my glasses prescription because my eyes are better."
Yeah.
You know, somebody that was on the transplant list for a liver transplant because he'd been on statins, cholesterol drugs, had used the protein shakes twice a day for 6 months, was clear on his liver tests. The products are phenomenal.
Yeah. And Susan McCannon drinks a protein shake every morning. Yeah. She prefers vanilla to chocolate. We asked her that, and she puts a scoop of the green balance in. She puts her fibre boost in. She does a digestion plus under the tongue, and she has that every single morning without fail. And she swears by it, doesn't she?
Yeah,
swears by it.
And they were talking to us.
Although I saw her going for breakfast this morning. But to be fair, that buffet was amazing. Yeah, so did I.
I saw a few Arbon consultants in the all-you-can-eat buffet this morning.
You're only jealous because you're sat over this shake.
I have my shake, yeah. I'm so dehydrated out here. I have to drink. I can't remember what I was going to say now. I was going to say something else really important. The Mayo Clinic. Okay, so Arbon had became associated with the Mayo Clinic. We're like, oh, okay, that's nice. And then over here the Mayo Clinic is massive. So,
Yeah.
and the
This
Mayo
is a
Clinic
huge thing,
is
isn't it?
they do a lot of research into cancer, so into cancer prevention, and it's well known. So the consultants over here are like, oh my goodness, as soon as we associated with the Mayo Clinic, everyone, like my gran and my mum, are like, now give me some of those Arbon products, because if they come from the Mayo Clinic, they must be amazing. So that, so I think we ought to do like a little bit of research into that over there in the UK.
I saw Claire Shaw post a photo.
Oh. And it just validates what we have in our hands, and so if you're not using them and on that nutrition, and I know Susan McCannon's daughters, that they're building a whole business just really based on the nutrition. Mainly they're giving people nutrition kits to try. So they give somebody like a couple of the meal replacement shakes that are ready made, some fit chews which we don't have in the UK yet, the Fit Sticks, Digestion Plus, and so they give them a little kit of nutrition to try, and then like a calm sample rather than just skincare, to really push the nutrition, which we do because we convert our spend, and we are heavy on the nutrition. And you just never know what transformation, and then you can be your own testimonials, and we'll have more and more testimonials in the UK and of how these products really work, because they can't make medical claims. So this is the thing, Arbon can't shout about this has cured this and this has cured that and this does this, because they're not medical, and so we can't make those medical claims. So the only way we can do it is on testimonials. So the more testimonials we have from our own experiences, from our baby's own eczema, and if you trust these products enough, that's, I think the battle I used to have was like, people say, oh, my doctor gave me this stuff for my child's eczema, which is full of mineral oil, and because the doctor's prescribed it, they trust the doctor. Like, really? And that would be what we're up against here. But so the more testimonials we can share, the more people trust and believe in these products are amazing. They are amazing.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
We're going soon. We're just talking to our team on Zoom. Bye.
Anything else, Danni?
Yeah, and I just think the biggest thing really is we have the most amazing thing going for us. We are all from the UK. We've only been going for 7 years in the UK, and that's the biggest thing in America. They are like, wow, you're from the UK, you're literally about to explode. They know how big this is. They are, they're constantly like, wow, you must be so excited to be involved now because you're about to hit that massive boom. And we're like, yeah, we are really excited. Yeah. I think that's been a general consensus as well, isn't it? How exciting that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I know, I think in the next, we will be earning more in the next 10 years than what the top income earners are earning now, that have been in 25 years, because of the way this business is going to move forward, and the globalization, and the new platform we've got, the technology,
the new website. Yeah. Amazing.
Was there any questions on the chat, or was it just chat?
I think it's just chat. Did anyone have any questions? If you did, just pop it in the chat. Eileen Parford is the best at nutrition.
Have you slept, Danni?
We went to bed last night about 8 o'clock in Arizona time, and I was up at about 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
We're getting back onto UK time now.
Yeah.
We just crashed last night. We absolutely, the adrenaline was wearing off, and we just crashed in a heap. But because we were sharing with Americans that are on American time, and we're on UK time, so we went to bed and they were up wide awake, and then we woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're fast asleep, snoring.
But no, it's been amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to come here next year, for us to come as a team. I think it'll be amazing. All of us, if we can all really push this month, really get to our next levels, make March a big month to count. We need to complete region, and we need to get these 2 women in our country, because it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and that's it. And then it will just catapult everybody's business. Having those over here and having that Mercedes, we will just catapult us into like another level. We've got something amazing in Melton, in the UK. We're building an incredible team, and I just know that we can see what's coming, and we're all going to be part of this, and so exciting times ahead.
Will there be a flipogram, if you like? Is my answer to that. John said, do they have special ingredients in the supplements over in the US?
They have special ingredients? As in what? I don't know what you mean by that. That make you lively. Just Fit Sticks the same.
And Claire said nutrition workshops. That could be something we could all consider doing.
Yeah, we've got the Fit Chews now. We've got a whole suitcase full of like, Fit Chews. We're just like,
So hopefully everybody can see how amazing this is, and we're going to make March the best month we have ever had. March is going to be the craziest, most fantastic, phenomenal month, and then we're going to kickstart region training next month on the 1st of April with a massive bang, and that's on Wednesday, the 1st of April, the region training for April, and it will be the Allen region. We will complete on the 31st of March, well, hopefully before, by the 31st of March at 10 p.m. we will have broken into the Allen region. So everybody, we're going to do this as a team effort. We've got our sidelines that are going to be raring us to go and keeping us motivated. Claire Shaw's team, you know, pushing us along. We're going to do this. We're going to absolutely smash it this month. Yeah.
Awesome.
Ash has said, has anyone ordered the 7-day body cleanse?
Oh yeah, I think two people have ordered 7-day body cleanse, so they can report back. And why do they have more products in the US? Because it's been here longer, and they gradually.
We found out we have something they don't have.
They don't have the meal replacement shake, so I don't know why. But the Arbon, so Arbon's been in America longer, so the products start here, and then they have to get them through the EU laws to bring them over to the UK. So the nutrition is the trickiest to pass all the laws. So they gradually bring, like we only had the fizz sticks last year, and then we had the protein shakes a few years ago, and so they gradually bring more and more things over. Some things like sleep spray will never come over because of the melatonin is illegal in the UK. That's why I've got a suitcase. Well, Julie Newcomb opened that package. She's like, "What have I ordered? Like, I didn't order all these sleep sprays." Like,
she thought it was her order. She's like, "They've sent the wrong order again," and then realised it was our order.
I know. She's like, "Do people in the UK just not sleep?" No, we have too many fizz sticks.
I just want to say one last thing as well. For me and Zoe to be here, obviously we own this incentive trip, and it's a massive thank you to our teams as well. Thank you so much to our teams. But I also want to say a massive thank you to my husband Ian, and Zoe also say my husband John, and my mother-in-law Suzanne, because without those 3 people helping out with our childcare and helping out with Theo, Jessica, Farah and Havana, there is no way we'd have been able to be here. So a massive thank you to Ian, John and Suzanne for helping with our childcare and helping keep things going at home for us, and hopefully John and Ian have hoovered up and washed up.
he's absolutely. And Susan said to me last night, "How do you do it with young children?" I said, "With good husbands, that's how we do it. We have a great support system, we have a great network, and we support each other within the network."
We are like a community, aren't we? All of us, not, you know, the whole network, sides, up, down, everywhere. We are like a community, and it's amazing.
Okay, so it's 2 o'clock over here. We've got 2.5 hours left by the pool. And then we leave here. We jump on the plane at 8 p.m. and we'll land back in the UK about 12:30 Monday lunchtime. And we're back online. So, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
time to hit the pool.
Yeah, bye! I'll show you the pool as well. I think it will stretch that far. So this is our hotel with the pool. I don't know if you'll be able to see the pool. Hi! So yeah, it definitely is areas in paradise. So we'll be back soon, and you guys all best put this on your vision boards to be here next year and get it on your team's vision boards. See you guys. Bye. Bye.